children are going to grow up to be Hamas militants. So yeah.
Are you f***ing stupid? You're comparing adults that serve in the military to f***ing children? This dude is trying to compare children to f***ing adults that serve in a military as they're the same. You think that you could kill anybody that you want in self-defense? Oh, never again. And you guys call it war. It's not a f***ing war. It's a f***ing genocide. It's a slaughtering. A majority of the people in that strip are f***ing defenseless kids, women, and even men that aren't members of Hamas. You guys systematically destroy them. You starve them. You dehydrate them. Don't bring water in. Don't bring resources. Don't bring medicine. And you want to call that a war? Get the fuck out of here. A war implies two f***ing armies. It's not a war. It's a f***ing genocide. But this guy, he goes, watch Myron Gaines' face when IDF soldier asked him this. He couldn't answer. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, so explain to me why Yoav Gallant admitted on Israeli television that the Hannibal Directive was absolutely activated on that day and it should have been activated in other areas on top of that.
Oh, so now you're treating Israeli official statements as the gospel truth, right? So according to that logic, every single thing that the Israelis say...
because we have evidence to show that they did activate the Hannibal Directive on that day. Fucking...
is the truth. Yet Myron doesn't believe anything that the Israeli officials say, only when it fits his narrative. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. How you guys doing this?
Very comment, but that's fine. We're about to cook this fucking loser.
This is SaharTV, and in today's video, we'll watch Myron Gaines debating an IDF soldier about the situation in Gaza and Israel. Let's watch and give our 2 cents as we watch. Let's go.
Yo. I know it's a crazy statement here, but I'm a Jew, so...
okay.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Ooh, crazy. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm actually from Israel, so I'm here to talk about, you know, exactly what. First of all, I want to start by saying I don't really get what the purpose of doing the Nazi salute is. Like, it's kind of like, as a Jew standing here, like, coming to talk to you, like, you say you're peaceful and stuff like that, but I really don't get the purpose of it. You know how it makes me feel.
How much money are you putting down right now that Myron will do the Nazi salute right in front of him to prove a point? Disgusting behavior. Let's watch.
That's probably the only thing you got right during this entire fucking breakdown.
I would rather if you wouldn't do that, obviously, but do you have anything to say about why you're doing it? Like, what's the purpose of it? You're not claiming the World War II didn't happen, so like...
You're saying I didn't claim that World War II?
Yeah, you're not denying it, right? So
No, I'm not denying it. I'm just saying I think that, you know, the circumstances and facts around it are very questionable, and I don't think that it occurred the way that a lot of these historians and Holocaust experts are saying, because they have obviously a financial incentive to maintain a certain narrative. But yeah, when it comes to like the Roman salute or whatever, aka this,
what did
man.
I tell you? Of course, it was obvious he was going to do it. It was obvious he was going to provocate the soldier. Obvious, this Jew, right?
The reality is that I think that nothing should be off the table when it comes to speech. And sometimes you have to push the edges of speech to ensure that we protect speech and be able to have discussions. And this is one of those topics that for a very, very long time, you haven't been able to talk about because, you know, the Jewish lobby has a lot of power, a lot of influence, and they shut anybody down that talks about it. But it took a genocide in 4K for us to finally be able to have this very difficult conversation.
First of all, there was no genocide in 4K. He's just...
my friend, and I hate when fucking these Israelis say this shit, that there's no such thing as a genocide, when literally every genocide expert has come out and said this shit. And we're going to debunk this with facts right now. Hold on one second. Every single human rights group, Human Rights Watch, B'Tselem, which is an Israeli fucking human rights organization, by the way, literally, they all came out and said, yeah, what's going on is a genocide.
Genocide. Most media outlets in the West, even now, even as Israel continues to proudly flatten Gaza and starve the Palestinians of Gaza, refuse to use the term genocide.
And he's going to refer to all the experts right now.
Joe Biden last...
Because let's listen to this one more time. Let's make sure we have this explicitly clear. aka this.
What did I tell you? Of course.
Look at him. He gets offended by me doing a Roman salute. Whatever.
Of course, it was obvious he was going to do it. It was obvious he was going to provocate the soldier. Obvious.
Well, he came in trying to tell me what I can and can't do.
Obvious. This Jew, right?
The reality is that I think that nothing should be off the table when it comes to speech. If someone said, I wouldn't get mad. If someone said, I wouldn't get mad. And sometimes you have to push the edges of speech to ensure that we protect speech and be able to have discussions. And this is one of those topics that for a very, very long time, you haven't been able to talk about because, you know, the Jewish lobby has a lot of power, a lot of influence, and they shut anybody down that talks about it. But it took a genocide in 4K for us to finally be able to have this very difficult conversation.
First of all, there was no genocide in 4K. He's just continuing the lie that the...
Okay, no genocide? All right, buddy.
Last year went out of his way to say what's happening in Gaza is not genocide. Keir Starmer refuses to say it is.
And they won't say it because we're allies allies with Israel and we give them the guns and the weapons. So, of course, they can't call it a genocide because then that would implicate us. That is why Keir Starmer and Biden and Trump, right, the Western democracies that assist Israel will never admit it's a genocide because then we would be complicit.
Pro-Israel groups often accuse anyone who says Gaza is a genocide of perpetrating an anti-Semitic blood libel. And yet here's the thing they don't want you to know. Genocide experts are almost all in agreement.
Damn near unanimous.
That what's happening is a genocide, per the legal definition under the Genocide Convention, acts committed.
Bam, here's the definition. And the big thing here says, in the present convention, genocide means any of the following acts committed with intent to destroy in whole or in part. Super important. In whole or in fucking part.
With the intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial,
That's the key right there. In whole or in part.
or religious group. So here are the names, the expert names you need to know, including Jewish and Israeli experts on the subject of genocide to avoid
Who know way more about this than dumbass SaharTV.
being gaslit by apologists for Israel. First, there are the academic experts who say Gaza is a genocide. Martin Shaw, who literally wrote the book What is Genocide? Melanie O'Brien, who is the literal president of the International Association of Genocide Scholars.
Yep.
Dirk Moses, who is the senior editor of the Journal of Genocide Research. Eva Vukušić, who helped prosecute the Srebrenica genocide. William Shabas, who even defended Myanmar against charges of genocide, against the Rohingya, but says what Israel is doing in Gaza now is a genocide. There are also the Israeli genocide experts, the Israeli historians of the Holocaust, who say Gaza is a genocide. Professors Omer Bartov, Amos Goldberg, Daniel Blattman, Lee Mordecai, Dr. Shmuel Lederman, who was originally opposed to calling Gaza a genocide.
I mean, how many more fucking receipts do we need, bro? All of these people are far more fucking qualified to talk on this topic than dumbass SaharTV. And some of the people that are calling it a genocide are fucking Jewish. So what the fuck you got to say, buddy?
But now says, quote, what Israel is doing in Gaza is genocidal in every sense.
Let's keep going. So Sahar debunked on that one.
Pro-Pali Muslims are telling around the internet, but
It's not pro-Pali Muslims, bro. It's every genocide expert calling it a genocide, you fucking... Okay? To include Israelis and Jews calling it a genocide.
for free speech, it does have its limitations. As long as it's not putting any group in danger, say whatever you want.
Putting a Roman salute does not put anyone in danger, bro. That's 100% freedom of speech. This is America. This ain't fucking Tel Aviv. People could throw Roman salutes all they fucking want, dude.
But if you normalize that Jewish hatred is fine, that doing the Nazi salute...
Hey, look, you know what? Is a component of free speech. See, that's the problem with these fucking bro. They like free speech until it starts to be critical of Israel or power. That's when they start having a problem with freedom of speech. Then they say, oy vey, the Holocaust. Oh no, they're gonna come after us. Come on, man.
is fine after getting 6 million Jews killed and also other...
Oh, man. I was waiting for him to mention the fucking Cookie Monster event. Of course this nigga was going to mention that shit.
people, you know, black people killed. Then it's just, why would you do it? You're normalizing events that were traumatizing to specific groups of people and could potentially cause more damage to them in the future.
Fuck your feelings, bro. First Amendment is First Amendment, nigga.
But before October 7th, if you criticize Jewish power, if you talked about Zionism, if you talked about undue influence in American politics when it comes to Zionism, you would get banned off of YouTube and these social media platforms so fast you couldn't even say, you know,
Big facts. That's why we got demonetized.
shalom. So I think us having this conversation is very important. And sometimes you have to push the barrier of it, which means even doing taboo things and saying taboo things to ensure that freedom of speech stays for everybody.
Sure, we'll definitely disagree about that, but
Sure.
yeah, let's talk about Israel. Why do
Sure.
you believe it's genocide? Why do you believe it's genocide? Yeah.
Why do I think it's a
Yeah, yeah.
genocide?
Well, we already went over that, but let's see.
Well, besides the fact that, you know, we know that 60,000 people have died, right? That roughly 60 to 65,000. That's what the official number is.
Yeah, how many of them do you think are Hamas terrorists?
A fraction.
What do you
Even
do you
as
think?
well,
Give a
even
number.
Israeli documents internally said about 83% of the people that got killed are civilians.
That's not true.
That is absolutely false. You know, Israeli officials and IDF numbers dictate anywhere between 22 to 25,000 killed members of Hamas. So that is not correct.
It's Israeli
That's
documents,
not what the-
declassified Israeli
that's not
documents
what
that leaked.
That was not what the Gaza Health Ministry is saying. They're claiming 20,000. Yeah,
The Gaza Health Ministry is saying what, 20,000?
20,000.
20,000 what?
Hamas members, contributors, whatever. you
Okay,
wanna
so that
claim.
means 40,000 innocent people died.
Okay. So what the fuck is this then? What the fuck is this? Classified IDF intel reveals 83% of Palestinians killed in Gaza are Palestinians. are civilians. 83% of Palestinians killed in Gaza are civilians. Okay? An investigation published Thursday belied Israeli government claims of a historically low civilian to combat kill ratio in Gaza. As classified, Israel Defense Forces intelligence data revealed that 5 and 6 Palestinians killed by the IDF through the first 19 months of the U.S.-backed war were in fact civilians. See, they just fucking lie, bro. And this comes from their shit. This comes from their database. They just lie. All these niggas do is lie. Do I need more receipts?
And by your numbers.
Yeah, that's
You think that's appropriate?
That depends.
And then let's assume it's not 83%, right? Let's assume it's not 83. What does he tell me after?
Health Ministry is saying what, 20,000?
20,000.
20,000 what?
Hamas members, contributors.
Honestly, it's closer to 12, but let's give them the 20K. Let's give them the 20K.
Whatever
Okay, so that means 40,000 innocent people died.
It's still unacceptable. That means 40,000 people died. Assuming I give him the 20K that he's claiming, that means 40,000 people died, bro. Innocent people.
And by your numbers.
Yeah, that's
You think that's appropriate?
That depends on what you mean appropriate.
Okay, so let me get this
I don't think any civilian death is good death. Always, obviously, I think it's terrible. Wars are not moral. They're completely immoral. I'm totally against them happening. But claiming that in modern warfare, a 1 to 2 ratio is completely terrible and out of the talks is crazy to me as well. I'm totally against any civilian death, obviously.
And also the rest, the 40,000, the alleged 40,000, are not actually all civilians. A lot of them died from natural deaths, and they were naturally counted in the death toll. People who died from cancer, old age, all these people.
Why did they die from cancer and old age, Sahar? How? Huh? How? Maybe it's because you guys blew up every fucking hospital except for one. Maybe because you guys had a blockade that starved people. Maybe it's because people were injured and died from infections that could have been treatable. Natural causes my fucking ass. Maybe they died because they didn't have access to medicine or sterile medical supplies. Like, are you fucking serious, bro? Oh, bro, they didn't all die from bombs. Some of them died naturally, bro. Naturally, my ass. They starved to death. They died from preventable diseases. They died from malnutrition, infection, because there was a fucking blockade and they couldn't get anything in. Incredible. Incredible.
Also counted in the death toll, and also people who died from rockets fired by Hamas and Islamic Jihad. So it's just disingenuous to say.
How many people died from rockets and Islamic Jihad? Oh yeah, we're Hamas. Let's go ahead and fire at our own people just because we can. Nigga, they're trying to stay alive. What are you talking about? What? And let's assume they did shoot rockets at each other. How many people did they kill? Let's say 1,000. Let's say they killed 1,000, which is fucking ridiculous anyway. That still doesn't, you still kill 40K, bro.
Are civilians that died by the IDF. That's not true. It's factually incorrect. And let's continue.
Okay, if they're not Hamas combatants, then what the fuck are they? Please explain that to me. If they're not Hamas, then what are they? They're civilians. Bro, incredible.
Okay, so, because here's the thing, even if we use, because the reality is going to be hundreds of thousands that are dead when this is all said and done, because there's bodies under the rubble, that doesn't account for the people that were pulverized and completely, dissipated when they were hit with the bombs. It's going to act.
There's missing people all over the place.
And when this is all said and done, there's going to be hundreds of thousands that die. But let's go ahead and go with the conservative estimates. You're saying...
Again, he's just speculating. He has no proof that this is going to be the case.
Okay, really, bro? Okay. Harvard study finds that Israel disappeared nearly 400,000 Palestinians in Gaza, half children. Harvard study finds Israel disappeared nearly 400,000 Palestinians in Gaza, half of them children report. And that makes sense because we know roughly 50% of Gaza was children. So a study published by the Harvard Dataverse reveals that Israel has disappeared at least 277,000 Palestinians since the start of its genocidal campaign against the Gaza Strip in 2023. Half this number is believed to be children. And here's the thing, bro. Let's assume it's not 300. Let's say it's not 300 or 400K. Let's say it's 100,000. It's still too much. 40K is too much. 40K innocent people gone is too much. 10,000 is too much. Guys, don't forget that, 800 Israelis were killed? There were civilians altogether? Does that justify killing 40,000 Palestinians that are innocent? I don't give a fuck if it's 1,000. It doesn't matter because they 10x the problem. The response was completely asymmetrical to what happened originally on October 7th.
60,000 died, and you're saying roughly 20,000 of them were Hamas, and you're saying the other 40,000 were civilians.
I mean, I could claim other things, right? But sure,
okay,
I'll go by the Gazan health ministry.
Well, even that is unacceptable. 40,000 innocent people dead.
Because here's any other modern war that happened that had less civilian ratio casualties.
Okay, so so by your definition then, or by your logic, that means that Hamas are better than the IDF.
How so?
Because when they went in and killed the 1,200 people, which by the way we know that a lot of them were killed by the IDF.
1,200 died on that day. 400 of them were IDF, so 800 total were killed that were civilians.
Hannibal Directive.
Talk about that.
And we don't know who killed those 800 because we know Hannibal Directive was activated that day.
by your logic of you saying like, oh no, 20,000 combatants while killing 40,000 innocent people is great ratio, then by that ratio then the Hamas is better than the IDF, because we know 1,200 died on that day, right?
Right.
We know roughly 400 of them were IDF, which means enemy combatants. So that leaves us with roughly 800 or so that were civilians.
The difference between the two, and Myron doesn't seem to understand this, is that they purposefully went inside civilian areas and killed civilians on purpose. The IDF went after Hamas and civilians were hurt in the way and killed in the way because they were hiding behind them.
Well, when Hamas went in, they went in to kidnap people to bring them back to Gaza, because bringing them back alive would allow them to get a better deal with getting their prisoners out, which, by the way, Israel has a bunch of Palestinian hostages that no one tends to talk about ever. Okay? So if you're going to go ahead and play that game and say, well, our intention isn't to kill innocent people, I could play that game too, because I would argue that Israel dropping bombs all across Gaza, a densely populated area, was far more reckless than what Hamas did going in trying to kidnap people. You can foresee that there would be far more destruction from just bombing the fuck out of everywhere in Gaza. 90% of the city's been fucking leveled. So if we're going to play this game of, well, their intention wasn't that really, I would argue Hamas had a way better intention than the IDF. Way better. It's one thing to go into Israel and try to kidnap a bunch of people, right? And then say, oh, we kill people in the process. Then another thing to just relentlessly drop fucking bombs everywhere. And then not only drop bombs, but you motherfuckers drop bombs on areas that were specifically designated as safe zones. So that's even worse, where you knew that kids were going to be and innocent people. Remember Rafah? We saw all those children burning. Oh, why were those kids there? Oh, those kids were there because it was designated as a safe spot. But Israel bombed it anyway.
The cost of war, despite the fact that we tried to warn them.
See, when they kill people, it's the cost of war. When Hamas kills people, oh no, we got to stop them. By your logic, Hamas is legit in everything they do too. They're fighting a war as well. You motherfuckers occupy them. It's war, right? See, it's like the Israelis are the only one. It's like the Israelis are the only ones to reserve the right to defend themselves. Nobody else can defend themselves. Nobody else can fight back against their fucking illegal occupation.
Myron is trying to equate the two. Hamas is 100% not better than the IDF.
Hamas is more ethical than the IDF, and I fucking said it. All the numbers show that. Here, I went ahead and I put this into Grok, okay? So total Palestinians killed, 70,525. That includes about 10,000 under rubble, blah, blah. So combatants killed, 8,900 to 12,000. That's from IDF's May to November 2025 estimates, right, of them killing Hamas, right? Higher IDF claims of 17 to 20K are disputed as including unverified or non-combatant military age males, okay? So officially, the IDF's ratio is 4.86 to 1, okay? Conservative, that's a conservative estimate. What's Hamas's ratio? 2.14 to 1. What does that mean? Hamas has a better fucking ratio of killing soldiers to civilians. So, hey, let's go off the facts. Hamas is a more ethical military than the IDF. How does that feel? How does that fucking feel, Israel? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Hamas has a better combatant to civilian kill ratio than the IDF. I know that burns. I know that burns.
There's just one big lie. Let's continue.
But you can then make the argument, well, are they really civilians because everyone in Israel has to serve in the IDF, so are they combatants or not? But let's go ahead and assume that they're civilians. So 400 were active duty.
We can make the same argument about the Gazans. You know, the Gazans are going to end up serving for Hamas, and at Hamas, the children are going to raise up and grow up to be Hamas militants. So yeah, not.
Are you fucking stupid? In Israel, there's mandatory military service. A lot of these people are reserves or active duty, which means they're adults. Okay? They're adults. Hence they serve. You're comparing adults that serve in the military to fucking children? This is what I'm trying to tell you guys when I say that these have no soul. This guy's a fucking, we can say the same thing about the Palestinian children that are going to grow up. What? And they're going to become terrorists. You want to know why they become terrorists? Because you fucking kill their cousins. Because you kill their mother. You kill their father. Their entire life growing up, they've seen people all around them die or get arrested by the IDF. Their entire life has been occupation. They've never had freedom. And here's the other thing too, that these Israelis don't get. Oh, well, they put Hamas into power. Really? Really? They put Hamas into power? Are you aware of the fact that over half the Gaza Strip is fucking kids? Somewhere around 50 to 55% of the people that live in Gaza are fucking children. You know what that means? That means they're under 18. You know what that also means? That means they weren't even alive when Hamas came into power. They couldn't even vote. The fuck are you talking about? Oh, they all support Hamas. Did they put them into power? They weren't even alive. What the fuck are you talking about?
Fatality.
Incredible logic. This dude is trying to compare children to fucking adults that serve in a military as they're the same.
Not a single civilian died. Hamas, the children are going to raise up and grow up to be Hamas militants. So yeah, not a single civilian died.
But here's the thing. You guys want to know something? That's what these right-wing Israelis say, though. Behind closed doors, kill the kids. They're going to grow up to become terrorists anyway. That's what they say.
Sure, Hamas combatants died. We can make this.
And it's interesting because every single time Israel attacks Gaza and everything else like that, they create more Hamas terrorists. You can't kill a fucking ideology. Every single time they kill somebody, that person, their loved ones, become Hamas resistance fighters. They don't get it. You kill one, you just created 5 more fucking resistance fighters.
Same argument.
So that leaves 800. We don't know how many were killed by the IDF versus Hamas because we know that a lot of people that died.
We know at least 15 were killed, but it's way more than that.
Were killed in a manner that was far too sophisticated for Hamas to do because Hamas doesn't have Apache helicopters with Hellfire missiles.
Okay,
that's a fact.
Okay,
and we know that the Hannibal Directive was activated on that day.
Sure.
So the IDF killed a whole bunch of their own people.
That's just conspiracy, completely conspiracy.
There's literally thermal images of them shooting at people
sure.
at the
That's just not true.
At the festival.
Listen, I have people that I know that have been there that day at the Nova Festival, right? That did not happen. I was in the military. I served in the Israeli military. That did not happen. You can claim that. That's a complete conspiracy.
Okay, so your position is the IDF did not kill Israelis on that day.
I mean, you could claim that something happened with Crossfire. That could have happened like anything, but no, not on purpose. There's no Hannibal Directive. That's just not a thing.
The Hannibal Directive isn't real?
It's a thing that people claimed in the 1990s, and it's not something that's been used
Okay,
ever.
so explain.
Every single time, every single crime, every single lie, early lie, every single hour, every single day, every single night, early lie. I know it's hard to believe it's the
To me why Yoav Gallant admitted on Israeli television that the Hannibal Directive was absolutely activated on that day and it should have been activated in other areas on top of that.
He just did not say that.
Yes, he did. No.
He said that it happened in some tactical areas. However, the Hannibal Directive is not something out of the ordinary, right? The United States Army also activated Hannibal Directive.
אני חושב שבאופן טקטי במקומות שונים ניתנה, במקומות אחרים לא ניתנה, וזו בעיה.
The Hannibal Directive is not something out of the ordinary, right? The United States Army also activated Hannibal Directives at some cases that soldiers were about.
When did they activate the Hannibal Directive? When did the United States ever shoot their own soldiers to keep them from becoming prisoners of war? Huh? What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
To be abducted, or the British Army also activated the.
When? And even if they did, that doesn't refute the fact that it still happened. Let's assume it did happen. Don't fucking whataboutism me. It did occur. First, you guys deny it. Then you're saying, oh, well, other people do it too. Okay, whatever. The fact of the matter is that it happened.
Hannibal Directive. These are directives that are meant to be.
And then he denied it. And I got literally fucking Yoav Gallant right here. Was the order given to use a Hannibal Directive? I think technically in some places it was. Bro, what are you talking about? Niggas are just liars.
Activated against soldiers being taken captive, and then they're going to be used as bargaining chips. So you try to avoid that as much as possible. The Hannibal Directive has been out of law in Israel since 2017 or 16 by Shaul Mofaz, if I remember correctly.
It was out of law, but they activated it again on October 7th, and everybody knows that.
And it may have been used in a strategic tactical areas. It was not used as.
So that means they did it. Which one is it? It's illegal, bro. Oh, but they did do it. What? He's talking out both sides of his mouth. They can't even keep their fucking lies straight.
A systematic thing, and nobody can prove it was used.
It's not a systematic thing? Bro, this shit's on fucking Wikipedia. It's right here.
Systematic thing. The Nova survivors did not say that the IDF soldiers shot at them. That's just one big lie.
Oh, really?
And of course, Myron's going to try and
It's a big lie? What is this, nigga? What is this? What is it? This is a video released by the Israeli army showing helicopters shooting indiscriminately on October 7th. Oh, yeah, they just blew up that car. They don't know who was in that bitch.
קיבלתי קוצר אחד לזיקים שם דיווח בין אחד. עשרות אנשים שמנסים להיכנס מול נחלוס. חזרה לרצועה על צול. בסדר, חצו הרבה מזרחה בצד.
I don't know about you, but all I see are just heat signatures. I can't tell if they're Israelis. I can't tell if they're innocent civilians. I can't tell if they're Hamas. To me, it looks like they're just shooting at everything.
תקבל אותך. מצוין, קבל. אתה אוחז בהם? כן, חלוט.
Yeah, shut the fuck up forever, bro. You You guys see why now these niggas don't want to debate me? Shut the fuck up forever.
In that and make it seem like it's out of the
Oh, it's a conspiracy theory, bro. Or he's saying, oh, you act like it's out of the ordinary. I don't give a fuck if the military in the United States or England use it. That's not the debate. The debate is simply this. The Israelis utilized the Hannibal Directive on October 7th, and we know 800 people were killed. We don't know of that 800 how many were killed by Hamas versus how many were killed by the Hannibal Directive. That is the number of question. Now, let's assume that 800 of those people that were killed by Hamas. Let's go off the best fucking factor for these fucking people. Let's say 800 were killed. That still does not justify the massacre of 40,000 innocent people, you
Welcome, punch!
If we go with 800, Hamas still has a better combat to civilian ratio than the IDF. Explain that to me. How is a terrorist organization, how do they have a better combatant to civilian kill ratio than the IDF does? When the IDF has a superior military, all types of fucking technology, an air force, etc. If you guys want to use ratios, we have the best ratio in modern warfare. Hamas got a better ratio than you bitch ass niggas. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And that's assuming that's with me going off of 800, which is the absolute max that Hamas would have killed that day. We know 400 were IDF. They don't count.
ordinary. A lot of armies do that to avoid...
Irrelevant to the topic at hand. Who cares if other armies do it? We're talking about October 7th and the IDF specifically. Who gives a fuck? Don't fucking try to deflect.
Soldiers being taken and used as bargaining chips.
He didn't say that?
Pull it up. No, I don't know anything of that happening.
Okay.
Yep, and I pulled it out here, made him look stupid, played it on speaker.
When is
admitting it. So I'm going to go ahead. Was the order given?
Yeah, he said in certain areas it happened. In certain
Oh, first it didn't happen. Now I pull out the receipts. It did happen.
I think tactically in some places it was, in other places it was not, and that is a problem.
And the Hannibal Directive explicitly is about soldiers being abducted, not civilians. It's about soldiers. So Myron's claim that the IDF shot civilians to prevent them from getting kidnapped is just one big lie. Soldiers, potentially, but not civilians. So you're...
Do I got to show the video again? How the fuck can you tell who's a soldier here and who's not, you fucking... I need to show more proof of people fucking just getting blown up by the IDF? Don't know who's in that car. Bam. Blown up. These guys are clowns.
You're telling me that Hamas killed only civilians because the IDF killed only soldiers? That's your claim? Interesting.
Galan.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, sure.
The equivalent to R. Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, or Secretary of War.
Oh, so now you're treating Israeli official statements as the gospel truth, right? So
because we have proof of it right here, dumbass. So yes, he said it and there's proof of it. And when we looked at the damage was done by weapons that Hamas doesn't possess. So it's called corroborating evidence, Sahar, you fucking...
according to
Dude, I'm gonna cook this guy, bro. If I ever debate this guy, he's gonna get fucking cooked. He is gonna get fucking decimated. This is his best.
logic, every single thing that the Israelis say is the truth. Yet Myron doesn't believe anything that the Israeli officials say.
Yes, they lie all the time, but when we have physical evidence, we have them admitting it, and we have video footage of it, yeah, we know the Hannibal Directive was activated that day, buddy.
Only when it fits his narrative. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting.
So you're trying to apologize for a fucking military that killed 40,000 innocent people. What?
I got my $7,000. I don't give a shit about dead kids. I got my $7,000. I love getting paychecks from Zionists.
The defense guy, literally the head of the military, admitting that the Hannibal Directive
Yeah, no, this Sahar guy is definitely a bro.
was activated on October 7th, and even going further and saying it should have been activated in other places. And for those of you that are unaware, because some of you guys might be saying, what the fuck is a Hannibal Directive? The Hannibal Directive, guys, is a controversial technique that the IDF employs whenever they're under attack, where they kill Israelis, both soldiers and civilians.
Civilians are not in the Hannibal Directive, but the American Army also activates the Hannibal Directive.
That's irrelevant, bro. Nobody cares if the fucking U.S. military activates it. We're talking about October 7th, you fucking to establish that your ratio is unacceptable. That's why. The reason why I brought up the Hannibal Directive is because Israel bombed the fuck out of Gaza because of what occurred on October 7th. What occurred on October 7th was 1,200 people got killed. 800 of those people were civilians or we don't know what the fuck they were. We know 800 of them that were killed. We don't even know how many Hamas killed versus Israel. Now, let's assume that Hamas killed all 800. That does not justify the 40,000, which is going to be way more than that were killed in response. That is the point of bringing up the Hannibal Directive. That is why the Israelis basically 100x'd the carnage.
At some specific points, the British Army also, and many other armies around the world, it's meant
more deflection. We don't give a fuck if the Americans or the Brits utilized it. We don't care. The reason why we're bringing this up because October 7th is what you have used to justify your absolute ridiculous level of aggression on the Gaza Strip.
Prevent soldiers from being taken as bargaining chips.
So that they are not captured and taken as hostages, because they understand that if any of those
This is why they can't even make cogent arguments that make sense.
people make it back to Gaza and they're taken as hostages, they're going to have to go ahead and exchange anywhere between 100 to 1,000 Palestinians that are also being illegally held as hostages to get that Israeli back. So instead of dealing with that diplomatic nightmare, they'd rather just kill them. So that's your defense minister literally saying it, denying that too?
No, I'm not denying it.
Telling you guys.
Again, no, I'm not denying
everything.
it. Again, he said in certain areas they used it. Even if so, it probably is not even close to being a fraction of the deaths in that day.
Again, even if we said, let's say Hannibal Directive wasn't activated and 800 of those people that were killed by Hamas were killed, those innocent people, that does not justify the slaughter of 40,000 Palestinians. I don't give a fuck what any of you fucking stupid ass got to say about that. 800 compared to 40,000? Are you fucking serious? Especially with the majority of that 40,000 being kids? Fuck you guys. Because even when I put it in the best frame for you guys, y'all still look horrible. Still.
Anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, I mean, like I said, it is a factor because that is why you guys went into Gaza and
exactly. That is the justification that you piece of shit used to massacre the Strip.
killed hundreds of thousands of people, so it absolutely
Right,
matters.
of course, because they crossed the border.
See now how it doesn't. See how it doesn't matter now all of a sudden, when in reality that's literally what they use to do the bullshit that they do.
And killed as many people as they can find. And
So that justifies killing 40,000 people by your estimate.
Yes, that justifies war, and in war,
Okay, yeah, that justifies war.
where civilians die, nobody can.
This isn't war. This is not war. The idea of bombing a strip where the people are caged inside and can't fucking leave and blocking off their food and water is not a war. It's a fucking slaughter. And the fact that you have the audacity to call it a war shows you're a fucking piece of shit, which is why nobody likes you. You fucking think that you could kill anybody that you want in self-defense. Oh, never again. And you guys call it war. It's not a fucking war. It's a fucking genocide. It's a fucking slaughtering. A majority of the people in that strip are fucking defenseless kids, women, and even men that aren't members of Hamas. You guys fucking systematically destroy them with the bombs. You starve them. You dehydrate them. Don't bring water in. Don't bring resources. Don't bring medicine. And you want to call that a war? Get the fuck out of here. A war implies two fucking armies. Okay? It's not a war. It's a fucking genocide. And that's why your prime minister got indicted. This is why your defense minister got indicted. This is why nobody likes anymore. That's why is on the rise. You fucking dickheaded have been able to cover for this shit for a very long time, but now the entire world is literally seeing that you guys are fucking scumbags. It took a goddamn genocide in 4K for people to realize that don't give a fuck about anybody else, but the whole problem is that you guys call yourselves the chosen fucking people. And when you call yourselves the chosen people, automatically everyone else's life doesn't fucking matter. That's why this fuck can sit here and say, oh yeah, 40,000 is justified because it's a war, but 800 of you die and you guys fucking go nuts. So someone's got to call you out for what you guys really are. That's what you guys are. With no fucking remorse or respect for human life unless fuck you guys. Honestly, fuck you guys. Get the fuck out of here. We're tired of your fucking bullshit. And you guys use censorship as a tool to do so. Anyone that fucking calls you guys out on this fuckery gets censored, banned, demonetized, absolutely financially destroyed for calling you guys out for what you really are. Incredible. In-fucking credible. No fucking remorse. 40,000 dead. They started a war, bro. How many people died on October 7th? 800. So that justifies the killing of 40,000 people innocent? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Until you fucking dickheads make some kind of peace treatment with the fucking Palestinians and either bring them in or create a state, you guys are never gonna fucking live in peace. You guys will never fucking live in peace until you guys give the Palestinians sovereignty and treat them like fucking human beings. You holy fuck, man.
A war where civilians don't die, and if Hamas would have just let the civilians go inside the tunnels, then maybe, just maybe, we would have a lot less civilian casualties. Yes, Myron, I'm gonna say that to you. It does justify justify the action of war that Israel brought up.
Okay, so 800 Israelis dying justifies the slaughtering of 40,000 people. See what I mean, guys? He said it right there. I don't even gotta fucking say anything. That's how these people think. That's how these people think. This life is the only life that matters. They practice the very supremacy that they fucking cry about when others fucking have it. They get mad at white nationalists. Oh, we don't agree with this, you know, Christian white ethno-state ideology. What the fuck do y'all have in Israel? You guys have the same exact shit. Incredible, bro. Fucking incredible.
Onto Gaza after the Gazan civilians and soldiers decided to invade Israel, commit the crimes that they did, and that now they're paying the price. And
That does not justify the execution and slaughter of 40,000 innocent people, you fuck you. That does not justify the slaughter of 40,000 innocent people, you fuck. And listening to this guy say this dumb shit pisses me the fuck off because he knows deep down in the bottom of his heart, he knows that killing innocent people, 40,000 of them, it's unacceptable. Completely unfucking acceptable.
And they tell propaganda.
And they literally sit there and they'll say, oh, kill the Arabs, do X, Y, Z. And then they wonder why everybody why the Arab world wants them to fuck up out of there.
Like you, talk about Israel, talk about Israel, talk about Israel. We'll pay you. Talk about Israel, talk about Israel. Don't give a shit about Sudan. Don't give a shit about Syria.
I've talked about Sudan. I've talked about Syria. I've talked about all these fucking Middle Eastern countries, which, by the way, Israel had a very strong hand in destroying, by the way. Okay? Talked about all that shit. The reason why we have such a big problem with Israel is because we give you guys the weapons and the bombs as a support to do the bullshit that you guys do. That is why people have a problem with Israel. You guys are doing a genocide in our fucking name with our tax dollars. That's the fucking problem. That's what pisses people off. And they've been lied to about it for a very long time. And then you guys censor everybody that fucking talks about it. So yes, I have a vested interest in exposing you motherfuckers. Because here's the thing. You don't make money talking about this. You lose money, if anything. So I will keep my fucking foot on your fucking next and continue to embarrass and expose you. You guys already took my YouTube demonetization, so it's on like fucking Donkey Kong, baby. You don't make money doing this shit. You lose money doing this shit. Meanwhile, you're over here getting $7,000 probably.
I got my $7,000. I don't give a shit about dead kids.
Give a shit about Yemen. Don't give a shit about any other.
Don't fucking obfuscate and deflect from the problem at hand. And it's funny that you mention these countries. Israel had a hand in destroying every single one of these countries, you fucking dickhead. Okay? Israel had a hand in destroying Syria. Israel had a hand in destroying Sudan. Israel has a hand right now continuously destroying Yemen. What the fuck are you talking about? You guys are involved in every single Middle Eastern problem.
Conflict going on in the world because the Jews are not there. Nobody cares.
Oh, no, they are there. The fuck are you talking about?
That's Myron's tactic in one.
This guy isn't even smart enough to understand. Like, bro, you brought up a bunch of countries that Israel is involved in destabilizing. Why are the Israelis selling fucking weapons to the RSF? Explain that to me.
Oy vey, oy vey, oy vey.
Why did Syria fall right after fucking the ceasefire from Hezbollah? Answer me that one. Tell me how the Israelis bombed the fucking Houthis all fucking day.
Welcome, punch.
They went ahead and killed the entire fucking chain of command of the Yemeni government that wasn't aligned with the fucking Houthis. So stop fucking lying. You don't even know your history. You don't even know Middle Eastern foreign policy. You're just talking out your fucking ass. Dude, I'll fucking cook this guy if I ever see him in person. Holy shit, this dude. Bro happened to name the 3 countries that Israel has direct ties of destroying. What? This nigga's...
In one sentence. Guys, I'll include the full video down in the description below so you can watch it on Myron's channel. Yeah, thank you for spending some...
What? That was his critique. Bro, I debunked everything he said. Bro, if I ever debate this guy, he's going to get absolutely fucking air fried. For his sake, I hope he doesn't accept it.